This is the story of a young kid that went from not being able to put on his socks by himself to becoming the world champion of the world's most renowned puzzle, the Rubik's Cube. Max Spark's journey to the top was filled with struggle and setbacks, but ultimately, he became one of the biggest names in speedcubing. Let's dive deep into the story of the great Max Spark. Max Spark first started cubing when he was 10 years old, in 2011. His parents had introduced him to cubing with the primary goal to develop and better his fine motor skills as, at a young age, Max was diagnosed with a form of autism which, amongst other things, limited his fine motor abilities substantially, making it difficult for him to perform everyday tasks such as planting a straw or even putting on his socks. A young Max quickly picked up the discipline, and his parents, Xuan and Nikki, thought of signing him up to a local speedcubing competition in the Bay Area where they lived. Nice Week 2012 was Max's first ever speedcubing competition. At this competition, Max discovered the cubing competition environment for the first time with other speedcubers. These social interactions were another reason for which Max's parents were keen on Max attending competitions, as they also contributed to improving his social skills in an unfamiliar environment. At this competition, Max only competed in the classic 3x3 Rubik's Cube and managed a very respectable 20.56 second average. And this competition would be the first of many, and the official start to Max's incredible speedcubing career. He then attended several more competitions during 2013 and 2014, including the 2013 World Championships in Las Vegas, where he snaps this iconic picture with then world champion and speedcubing GOAT Felix Zemdegs. But 2015 was when he really started getting noticed by the North American speedcubing community. By the end of 2015, Max had lowered his 3x3 personal record average to 9.73 seconds, the sub-10 barrier being a very impressive barrier to break at his young age in 2015. But 2016 would really be his breakout year, as he got his first ever North American record, both first in 4x4 and 5x5. That year, Max broke a total of 5 North American records in 4x4 and 2 North American records in 5x5. He also started to improve his times in the 6x6 and 7x7 cubes, slowly becoming one of the best ranked for these events in North America. However, his biggest record in 2016 was actually a world record in 3x3 one-handed. This first world record really put him on the map, and everyone in the cubing community around the world took note of him. It was around that time that major speedcubing retailer Speedcube Shop started sponsoring him, but this sponsorship only lasted a couple of months before he got sponsored and switched to another major speedcubing retailer, The Cubicle. However, most recently in 2024, Max Spark decided to go back to his original sponsor, and you can check out this video if you want to know the insights of this incredible sponsorship deal. In 2017, now aged 15, Max Spark officially became the fastest 3x3 solver in North America, as he broke the 3x3 North American record with a 6.92 second average. Despite the rise of other world-class cubers at that time in North America, such as Lucas Ether, Drew Brads, Bill Wong, and even Patrick Ponce, it was clear that Max was a step above, and that he was bound to emerge the best of his generation. Following this first 3x3 North American record, it only took him 3 more competitions to break the world record average with a 6.39 second average. This was the first 3x3 world record average held by someone else other than Felix in over 6 years, and really marks the beginning of his reign as one, if not the best 3x3 solver in the world for the coming years. In total, in 2017, he broke 24 records, from North American records to world records. But Max's 2017 was marked by an incredible performance that would skyrocket him to the absolute forefront of the speedcubing world. In 2017, the WCA World Championships were held in Paris, and Max was amongst the favorites to win it all. But still, the grand favorite was Felix Zemdegs. Felix had won the last 2 World Championships and seemed ready for another win. After a dominant victory at the American Championships only a few weeks prior, a 15-year-old Max Spark flew to Paris with great hopes. Everyone was excited to see Max perform on the international stage under major pressure. And he did not disappoint, as Max managed to podium in 4 events and win 2 of those, including the most coveted event of all, the classic 3x3 Rubik's Cube, meaning that Max was now officially the Rubik's Cube World Champion of the world. Max made history by becoming the youngest world champion ever at the age of 15, and this was the true beginning of his incredible dominance in the speedcubing world. In 2017, Max also started collaborating with the cube manufacturing brand GAN, which would be the beginning of a long and successful collaboration between perhaps the most renowned cubing brand and the fastest cuber in the world. In 2018, Max crushed the sub-6 barrier in 3x3 with a 5.99 average, only 0.02 seconds off the world record that the legendary Felix Zemdegs had taken back from Max, proving that he was not yet finished and that the head-to-head continued between the two. However, 2018 was the year where Max proved that he was way ahead of the competition when it came to bigger cubes, as he broke 6 world records in 7x7s, 8 world records in 6x6, and 4 world records in 5x5. Coming into 2019, it was undeniable that Max would likely retain his title as Rubik's Cube World Champion. This was so evident for everyone that Max was even the protagonist of a Netflix documentary following him and his performances at the 2019 World Championships. This documentary that focused on Max and on his relation with speedcubing goat Felix Zemdegs was extremely well received by the critics and brought a lot of general public attention to speedcubing as a whole. Everyone expected for Max to win, and the question was rather who would accompany him on the podium. But then, he came fourth. The Netflix documentary showed just how affected Max was from this loss and how much of a setback this really was for him. Unfortunately, the 2021 WCA World Championships in Amsterdam were cancelled because of a lot of people feeling unwell. So Max would have to wait 2 more years to have a chance at getting his title of World Champion back. Fast forward 2023, Max has the most iconic 3x3 world record, being the single with a time of 3.13 seconds, meaning that he now had and still has the fastest ever recorded Rubik's Cube solve ever, a record that he had been chasing for years without being able to get. Going into the World Championships 2023 in August of that year, Max hoped to sweep 4 to 7, but most importantly, regain his title of World Champion in the 3x3. Max was the 5th seed going into the final, and following an epic battle with Polish superstar Timon Kolaszyński and the young Chinese prodigy Yiheng Wang, Max Bark emerged victorious by 0.01 of a second and managed to acquire his 2nd title of Rubik's Cube World Champion. Since then, Max has continued to dominate North America and won comfortably the North American Championships 2024, and his dominance in Big Cube remains unmatched. However, he has struggled to truly keep up with the emerging Chinese talents and Timon Kolaszyński in terms of top personal record averages for 3x3. But again, Max is made to perform on the biggest stages, and surely already has the 2025 World Championships in Seattle in his home country of the United States in mind, where he will surely hope to demonstrate that he is still the very best cuber in the world, and perhaps make history by winning his 3rd World Championship title. Could such a win be enough to surpass Felix Zemdegs' legacy as the GOAT of speedcubing? Only time will tell.